So, friends, but why do we really need to know anything about anatomy at all? And everything is already good, right? In reality, when we talk about self-improvement, when we talk about some conscious movement, some self-work, I believe that what was known before you, it's clear that you are pioneers. It's clear that you will have to do something on your own, yes, within yourself. You are the very first ones to initiate the process of organizing things in that particular place. In order to take meaningful action with yourself, of course, you need to have a clear understanding of what you possess and what you are made of. Undoubtedly, the human body is exceedingly complex. Protein synthesis, ATP, molecules, and so on. These are all highly mysterious processes that are quite difficult for the human brain to understand and grasp fully. However, the crucial information that anyone embarking on the journey of self-improvement must be aware of includes the fundamental organs, particularly the head, which is of primary importance in this context of personal growth and development. Membranes exist, along with a distinct lower cranial diaphragm that is specific in nature. Actually, here is the sickle, the outline of the cerebellum, you see? So it's like a cross inside the head that everyone has. Here is the right hemisphere, there is the left hemisphere. What separates the hemisphere? Friends, you are aware that they are not separated on their own there. That is, there exists a ridge. Yes, there is a kind of strong bony arch on the top of the head. It ossifies over time, and it divides the brain into two parts. And here it separates. There is also an arch located on the metamuscle that serves to divide the main brain from the surrounding muscle structure. These things need to be known. There are many cavities. You see, there are cavities. In the head, there are several spaces where there is absolutely nothing at all. Here are the sinuses. Yes, these sinuses, they are quite extensive and also occupy a fairly decent volume. People who smoke a lot, yes, they create an environment already adapted for bacteria to multiply a certain type of bacteria there, which means a connection to the collective consciousness of these bacteria that already triggers certain thoughts, emotions, including this one, like you need to smoke. So they provide this impulse to an individual. That is what it is. It is a desire, an attachment. So all of this originates from microorganisms that are believed to live with us in a symbiotic relationship. However, those who truly live in symbiosis, they offer us assistance. There is an interesting legend in traditional Chinese medicine about the 7 souls, the negative ones, depicted as if turned upside down. Let's remember the dragon in the cartoon, the panda named Po, who embodies a positive hero. Actually, the souls of Po are negative souls, and their mission is to eliminate a person as swiftly as possible. They receive bonuses, then promotions. Chinese believe that along with us, a person's demons are born at birth, residing inside them and tearing them apart. And there are 3 souls, my dear friends, souls. These souls are located within the dantians. We have 3 dantians, lower, middle, and upper, and in each resides one of the souls. These positive souls can still dwell in the liver, but they emerge from the liver into these 3 dantians. Positively, yes, they influence a person's consciousness, aiding their growth and development. These 3 individuals, going back to anatomy, to the realization that we possess sinuses in our head, we possess a circulatory system in our head. Yes, we possess an aorta supplying nourishment to the brain. We possess an outgoing vein that is highly dependent on the inferior cranial diaphragm as well as the rectal diaphragm for its proper functioning and circulation. So any displacement on these diaphragms compresses, in a manner of speaking, the radius of blood flow to the brain, or on the other hand, its outflow. Accordingly, if we compress the right side of the outflow, blood stagnates there, meaning it enters but cannot leave, resulting in swelling of the affected area. And in the event that it does not come in, that is, if we clamp the left side, hypoxia occurs, blood does not flow properly to the head, and as a result, the person does not receive enough oxygen, leading to potential brain damage and its associated consequences. You see, in reality, the brain is the control center. It's like a computer where all the other functions of the physical body are already displayed on the monitors. So the head is the primary thing. So if an individual has disorders in the head, I would suggest prioritizing the care of these two diaphragms initially. Naturally, this is osteopathy, of course. Our certain practices, Reiki or frequencies, there are specific ones that very effectively address these issues. So it is crucial to understand that if you can restore normal blood circulation in the brain, you will experience the disappearance of all the noise in your head, as well as any disturbing dreams, fatigue, apathy, unwillingness to live and move. Connecting with this understanding is essential for finding relief from these symptoms. So all of these are the various conditions that indicate a disruption in the blood supply to the brain. In order to work on oneself, it is necessary to possess knowledge of the fundamental principles governing the functioning of the physical body and its mechanisms. We possess one of the courses, 12 systems of the body, and based on my understanding, we proceed to discussing the precise information that must be known about the body initially, and how the fundamental Chinese 5 elements are connected to the organs. Everyone should be aware that there is a heart and a yan organ of the heart, which is the small intestine. In the sequence, the spleen, pancreas, and Johann's organ stomach are next in line, awaiting discussion in this group of organs. Further, it all goes to the lungs, the organ of St. John, and the large intestine. Further down it goes kidneys, the organ of St. John on the bladder, on the kidney. And all this further moves on to the liver, the Janus organ of the gallbladder. So this system inside the body, cyclical, the liver again gives to the heart. It needs to be known. This is the fundamental basis from which you can observe that if the liver falls behind, well, look, the heart will be under pressure. The heart will have a deficiency in supply. If the heart is lagging behind, it means there will be problems with the stomach. What you didn't eat flew out, or vice versa. Why? Because the emotional center lacks proper nourishment. There is no sensitivity. The individual is as though in a state of confusion. The heart is closed. That is, there are nuances that need to be known and understood in order to fully comprehend. You won't understand them right away. It takes time. You need to engage. You need to explore this area. One needs to understand how an organ correlates with emotion, how an organ correlates with a state. If not this condition, then that one. What state of the organ is positive? Which one is negative? What sensations arise when this organ lags behind? And what will happen if this one lags behind? So all of this needs to be known. Well, moving forward, of course, I will create a small series of videos about the most traditional Chinese medicine, about their basic principles and the Yusin system, the yin-yang system, about the fundamental systems in energy. Yes, because that's really how it is. And if you do not know these things, that means you do not know the work of those individuals in self-improvement who have come before you, well, expecting that you will break through somewhere there. Friends, this is a joke. There is already a vast field present here for studying what is already available and within reach. Here it is purely for comprehension, and it is fairly simple to become skilled at. Mastering known things, acquired knowledge, like school, developing and testing to confirm existence and functionality is crucial for expertise and successful outcomes in our endeavors. Accordingly, to go further, I don't think you can skip all the steps and fly straight into space. Believe me, the actual truth is that in order to have the necessary time to explore yourself, to observe yourself, and to work on yourself, it is essential to prioritize self-reflection and personal growth. Well, it takes time, you know. This duration feels like it spans decades, 10 years, 20 years. Well, I mean, if you hadn't worked on yourself for 20 years, well, as they say, any Buddhist would say, what to talk about, no foundation. And then Yes, another 2 decades. And then another 2 decades. Well, that is how life went by. So, to work on yourself, you need time. In order for you to have this time, you must be healthy. If something hurts you, it's not self-improvement. You are already consumed by pain. You are already consumed by the problem. That's it. You've already shifted from the center. You're revolving around the problem, not your center, but around the difficulty. Commence from the start, correct? That is the 12 systems of the body. Just perform a Google search. I won't beat around the bush with you at this very moment in time. Enter the text into Yandex, enter the text somewhere. It is some type of search engine. And these 12 systems, well, take the time to go through them yourself and make sure you understand what each of them is. Next, commence unfolding each of them in this manner. This signifies the beginning of the process. It will get more interesting. Anatomy is a must.